Okay, at what point did I stop recording? The curse of the Steins gate. So I've recorded none of this beginning. I'm just going to restart now. Excuse me, you won't even know the difference. I'll cut around it. It'll be fine. We're going to do this again, everybody. You will never know what happened. You'll never know. Let us begin. A return to Steins gate. And you'll never hear the stuff I said for 5 minutes that was not recorded because I accidentally turned off recording. After about 5 or 7 minutes of returning back, I just want to welcome everybody back to this wonderful Let's Play that's been my most anticipated game for years at this point. But for many reasons, many of them legitimate, I've, for one reason or the other, could not continue this game. And now I'm in a scenario where I am ready to go again. And we're just going to jump right in. I remember quite a bit of the game. I'm not good. Like, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty clear on where we're at. But also worth saying is that, you know, I do get copyright claims, and nowadays I can dispute it and put in the fact that it's, you know, fair use and it's gameplay, and they all get released. And so, hey, we're in a new era here, and I get to enjoy this awesome music as part of the gameplay experience, which is why I wanted to restart this world line of Steins Gate. And so we're back in. We got the IBN 5100 has been brought to the labs. Let's move forward with the story, and hopefully I don't have any more mishaps that end up making me bring upon us the curse of the Steins Gate. I get Daru and Mayuri to come down and help us, and the four of us carry the IBN 5100 upstairs. Good work, everyone. With this, we can fight. There's Christina. I remember everything. Who are you fighting? Cern. And the system that rules the world. The organization. If that's what makes you happy. Happy? I do not desire happiness. Have you forgotten? I am the mad scientist. I am an insane mad scientist. Thank God for the repetition in the narrative of this game. It actually makes a lot of it stick a lot more than it probably should, because the intonation is always there. It's in the voice, even like the Japanese voice actor it's so good and recognizable immediately as Rintaro or Elsai Kangaroo or Huyen Kiyoma. Yes, I believe I'm saying that right now. What I desire is chaos. There it is. And the addictive laughter once again. The time machine exists to bring chaos to the world. Never mind happiness. You're like a junkie, hyper-secreting beta endorphins. So this is where I screwed up. I was going around trying to find out how to bring upon the tips. This right here. Thank God I still have the screenshot on my desktop saved, because I didn't even know how to get the F1 to call upon. I'll just show you this right here, which is what I have on my desktop. Thank God. Yes, that's how long I've anticipated it coming back. Now backspace is always odd to me to come back here, but we want to come here so I could. By the way, guess what? Because I canceled it up because I went in there. I read it and then I canceled the recording. Where the hell is it? Endorphins. I want to read it again for the people. That's how far I've gotten the game. If you ever want to know like how to find out, like, because this saves everything. All the plays, I believe, were in here. I had to catch up to the last. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to get into it. If you don't know, thank goodness. Thank goodness you don't know the history of Steins Gate on this channel. Okay, beta endorphins, a neurotransmitter secreted by the brain, effectively suppress this channel. Multiple channels. A neurotransmitter secreted. It's the world line. Okay, it's just world. I'm getting immersed into Steins Gate. A neurotransmitter secreted by the brain effectively suppresses pain and stress, producing euphoria. The effect known as runner's high can be explained by the secretion of these beta endorphins. Let's go, Christina. Continue. I know it's cute. Okay. I don't want you doing bad things. Remember? What am I remembering? But wow. Let's let him talk first. Remember that? I got cut off. I can't believe you found one. You make the impossible look easy. That's why we love you. That's why we I certainly don't admire him. Christina, who invited you? Eh? Because I can imagine how the acting would go here. You know what I mean? I look very red. I look odd. I will not return to Steins Gate. and look like I'm either drunk or perpetually embarrassed. Okay, take the red off the screen. Let's go. For a moment, there is complete silence.
見つけられたのはね
It's all thanks to
マユシーのお
Mayushi.
手柄なんだよ
Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Kurisu's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means?
マユシー情報がなかったらオカリンは今も秋葉の街をふらふらさまよってたんだもん
Without Mayushi's info, Okarin would still be lost on the streets of Akiba. Mayuri's right. She did well this time.
ということでマユシーはそろそろ帰るね
Anyway, it's time for Mayushi to go home.
クリスちゃんはどうする
What about you, Chris-chan?
途中まで一緒に
Want to go
帰ろう
together?
ありがとう
Chris-chan?
でももうしばら
Like
くここにいる
Christina?
わ
Kurisu, thanks, but I'm going to stay here a little longer. Really? Looks like Kurisu's interested in the IBN 5100 in CERN after all. Oh? Curious. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet.
そっか
Okay,
あんまり遅くならないうちに帰った方がいいよ
but you should go home before it gets too late.
じゃあまた明日ね
See you tomorrow. Totoro. Mayuri waves her hand as she leaves.
それでダル
Now then, Naru.
IBN5100 はいつからセルンへのハッキングに使えそうだ
When do you think we can use the IBN 5100 to hack CERN?
そうだな
Well, Daru talks as he plugs the IBN 5100's power adapter into the wall. He turns the machine on and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise.
すげえ
Wow,
ちゃんと
it
電
actually
源つい
turned
た
on.
まずこいつの使い方を覚えなきゃなんだぜそもそも配線つなげたりも大変そうだし
First, I need to learn how to use this thing. It looks like hooking it up is going to be a pain.
ちょっと時間かかるかもサーバー管理者の ID 探しと同時進行は無理っぽ
It might take a while. I can't play with this thing and search for the server admin's ID at the same time.
構わん
Alright,
ID 探し
prioritize the ID search.
できれば今
If
月
possible.
中に IBN5100 を使えるようにはしてもらいたいところだが
I'd like you to get the IBN 5100 ready to use this month though.
今月ってまだ
Plenty of
30日
time.
丸々残ってんじゃんさすがに来月まではかからねえっつうの
I can click on this. Hold on. There's still 30 days left this month. It's not going to take that long. That's right. I can just click in through here. Let's just check. Did Mayuri emailed us? Daru-kun says to call him. Yes, I believe we have. We have another problem now. I don't know how to get out. Oh, right click. Okay then. That's my super hacker.
それで
Not this time. Well, I got mail. Excuse me. Shining finger. Oh, what happened? I said shining finger. Have you found any leads yet? Nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, but no one of them had an IBN 5100 on display. Maybe I should have tried asking. Anyway, let me know if you found anything. Waka.
ちょっと岡部
Hey, okay, wait, don't
Huh?
distract me right now. What? Oh, I look up. Kurisu's glaring at me.
今なんて言った
What did you just call me? hold on. Ah, stop. Stop. This. Did I finish that? Can I not respond? How do I respond again? I don't think I can. It'll tell me if I can respond, right? Oh, there's like links in here. I knew that. I'm just seeing if you're all paying attention, if you're staying. Okay. Well, sorry. Mayuri, what were you saying? I'm distracted.
岡部って言った
I
のよ
called you Okabe.
岡部
You called me
だと
Okabe? I take one step towards Kurisu. Is that why he keeps calling Christina? And she takes a step back.
オーカリンタンマ
Time out. Time out. Daru tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Kurisu doesn't step back this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip hard and curls her hand into a fist.
今
Did you just call
岡
me
部と言ったか
Okabe?
言ったわよ
This guy, man.
悪い。
I did?
確か
Problem?
に私はあんたより年下だけど 人のことクリスティーナだとかゾンビだとか呼ぶ相手がいるとき、そいつには敬意を表さないとするのが私の考えなんだから。
It was a reversal. Yes, I'm younger than you, but you insist on calling me by ridiculous names like Christina and Zombie. Then you call her Zombie. So I don't think I need to show you any respect by adding San. And besides,
違う
that's not the problem.
俺は岡部では
I
ない
am not Okabe.
不法員強魔だ何度言わせればわかるのだクリスティーナ
Oh my god, here we go. Here we go. How many times do I have to tell you, Christina? Why does he do this? Oh my god. Oyen Kyoma.
棚に上げすぎだ
You're so
ろ。
full of yourself.
いい子俺のことは法員あるいは強魔と呼ぶように
From now on, call me Huyen. That or Kyoma.
お断りします。
No. Oh, Christina. Kurisu snaps at me and turns away. Are those tears I see in her eyes? Are
も
you
しかして泣いたのか？
crying?
泣いてないわよ。
I'm not crying.
男の人に怖いか
I
ら
like I was
迫られ
scared
て
of you
恐怖を感じち
for
ゃ
a
ったり
second
なん
there or
かしてない
anything.
し、その後のあんたのバカゼリフにほっとして涙が出ちゃったわけでもないからな。
And I definitely wasn't relieved when you started talking like an idiot again, okay? This is such great writing. She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems she was crying after all. Asshole.
ダルよ。
Daru,
助手は
why
な
is
ぜ
my assistant crying?
今本人が全部説明したわけ
She
だが
says so herself just now.
俺は名前の間違いを正しただけ
All
だ
I。did was correct her on my name.
強気に見えて意外と打たれ弱いのかも
Maybe she only acts
それ
strong,
はそれで
but
燃
is
える
actually
けど
weak on the inside. That would be pretty moe. Well, whatever. Back to checking mail. Really? Do it, check your mail. But I'm thirsty from this hard day's work, so before that, I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge. Did you actually have new mail to check? You didn't. You have Shining Figures mail.
ね
Hey,
え、話を聞かせ
aren't
て
you
くれ
gonna
な
tell
い
me
の？
what's going on? Dr. People. I toss the bottle to Kurisu once she turns around. Whoop whoop! Yeah! Kurisu tries to catch it but fails magnificently. What a jackass. She picks the bottle up off the floor, then shoots me a glare.
それでも飲んで。
I'll explain
少し
in a
待っていて
second.
くれ。
Drink that while you wait. Oh my god.
お気遣いありがと
Gee, thanks. I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. She ended up being no help at all, but I suppose I can't just say nothing. Okay, now you're gonna... I see. There it is. Whoa, just went... I got the goods. Over. Oh, he replied. Got it. So it auto-replied. Okay, good. I send as concise a message as possible. Mail sent.
さて、
Now then, I mean. Bam. You got mail. I turn back to Kurisu, but the reply comes before I can open my mouth. Of course it did. The goods? You found an IBN 5100? Gimme! Moeka. No. Gimme. What nonsense is this? Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. Bloop. I send that. Another instant reply. Let me borrow it, Moeka. It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend it to her. Is it, though? Is it? She'll disappear, and I'll never see the IBN 5100 again. No borrowing either. You can visit our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. Touching. The address is Chiyoda-ku, Sotokanda, 36, Ohiyama, building 2F, second floor. Watch her just bing bing, like knock knock or ding dong. I add a lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come in.
待たせたな。
Sorry for the wait, Christina. I look up and see Kurisu drinking the Dr. P.
おお。助手はドクター。
Oh, you're a fan of the dog, I see.
本場で7年過ごしてきた
I've
から
lived 7 years as its... What? I've lived 7 years at its birthplace after all.
なるほど。
Excellent.
お前とはいい
We'll
飲み
make
友達になる
great drinking buddies.
私は未成年よ。
I'm a minor.
そうではない。ドクターペッ
That's
パー
not what I
は
meant.
友達という
I meant Dr. P drinking buddies.
それ限定なのか。
Is that all you drink? Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. Here we go. And so I explain how Daru and I hacked into Stern, and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years, and how they've successfully created mini black holes, and how it looks like they're researching time travel, and also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Kurisu's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story.
確かにセルンは妙だけど、
certainly is
そ
acting
れと
strange.
IBN5100 とどういう関係が？
How's the IBN 5100 involved?
セルンのデータベースに IBN5100
CERN's database uses an IBN 5100.
だから
So,
そのデータベースの情報を
the only
解
way
読するに
to
は
I should be talking over
同じ
this.
く IBN5100 を使うほかないということだ。
It's difficult to not just read. The only way to decrypt that database is to use an IBN 5100 of our own.
なんでそうわかるのよ。
How do you know that?
とある筋からの情報だ。
I have my sources. Wait, that's true. I don't drop Teeter's name. I knew that. I remember that. I have no doubts. I don't. I'm not going to explain. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Kurisu puts a finger to her lip, deep in thought.
IBN5100
Setting the IBN 5100 and such
セル
aside,
ンが本当にそんな研究をしているのか確証が欲しい。
I want to see proof that CERN's really doing that sort of research. True. We didn't get any definite proof of CERN's time travel research last time we hacked them.
ダル、セルンのサーバー管理者のパスワードを見つけるのは
Will it take much
時間
longer
がかかるのか。
to find the server's admin's accounts?
ちょうどこれからやろうと思ってたんよ。半日はかからないんじゃね？
Actually, I was just thinking about that. It shouldn't take more than half a day, I guess.
というわけだ。
There you go.
それまで待つわ。
I'll wait until then. What? Just go home and come back in the morning, Carcina.
待つって。
Yo,
もう
wait.
夜になってる件に
It's
つ
already
いて
getting dark. Why not go home for tonight and come back tomorrow morning? Thank you, Daru.
待たせ
No
てもらう。
thanks. I'll wait. What is
マイ
going
クロ
on?
秒でも早く知りたいから。
I want to know as soon as possible, even if it's just a microsecond sooner. Wow. That's crazy.
い
There's
い
gotta be a reason
心
for
がけだ。
this. That's a spirit.
もはや
You're already
セルンに隠された
fascinated by the
陰謀に魅了
conspiracy.
され、知りたくて知りたくてたまらないという様子
You
だ。
can't help but want to know what lies at the heart of CERN.
あんたたちの言うことが
What
も
you
し
guys are
事実
saying
だ
is
とする
true.
なら
Then this isn't something to joke about.
セルンは世界最高の研究機関なのよ。そこが実験結果を公表せずに極秘で実験してるの。
CERN is the world's top research institution. If they're doing secret experiments without publishing their results,
世界中の研究者を
they're making
バカにして
fools
る
of。scientists the world over.
もし事実なら
Only if it's true, though. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes us.
ではダル、任せて。
Anyway, Daru, I'll leave it to you. According to Daru's research, the IBM 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kurisu follows.
電話レンジ見せてもらって
Can
い
you
い？
show me the phone wave?
よかろう。
Indeed, I can.
実
Want
験
to
してみる。
experiment?
あれ以来一度も再現はできてないのよね。過去へメールを送る現象。
You haven't been able to send another email to the past yet, right?
理由は把
Maybe
握
she
して
got
る？
something and she's not saying it. Do you know why? Huh. I can only shake my head.
ちょっと試してみましょう。
Let's run some tests. Kurisu looks around the development room.
しかし
Man, you have a ton of
ガラ
junk.
クタだら
ガラクタではない。
It's not junk.
お前はまだ知らないようだから。
Since you're new to the Future Gadget Laboratory,
これ
I'll
は
explain.
我ら未来ガジェット研究所がその科学力の粋を結集させて発明した
These are the glorious fruits of our
未来
science.
ガジェット
The
作成
Future
こ
Gadgets.
こに保管されているのは
Future Gadgets.
未
Well,
来
the
ガジ
seven
ェ
are
ット
stored
1
here.
号から7号までであり電話レンジカッコ仮は未来ガジェット8号にナンバリングさ
The
れる
phone wave, with which you are already familiar, is gadget number 8.
未来ガジェット
Infinity and beyond. Future Gadgets? Huh. Kurisu casually picks Future Gadget 4, Moad Snake, up from the shelf and stares at it.
ちょっと
Hey, isn't this a weapon?
未来ガジェット4号
Future Gadget number 4, Moad Snake. Designed after a
未来
Claymore
ガジェットに
landmine.
似せて作られた
It's an
瞬間加湿器だ
is an instant humidifier.
紛らわしいな。
How confusing.
水を入れて
Insert water and turn the power on. And in mere seconds, it generates a thick cloud of steam.
やっぱりガラクタだな。
So it's junk. I thought so. You never know, Kurisu. Kurisu sighs and returns Moad's snake to the shelf.
これ借りるわよ。
I'm borrowing this. Borrowing what? The Moad snake? Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Oh, gallantly. Wow.
やっぱり落ち着くな。白衣。
It's just not right without a lab coat. She's getting into it. Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisu's hand and grasp it firmly. Did he tell him to wear it once and he wouldn't? Hey,
助手よ
assistant,
お前は
you get it,
分かっ
don't
て
you?
いるじゃないか
何がよ。
Get what? Let go.
話してよ。
Oh my god, I clicked off the game. Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're back.
やはり
If
研究会
you're gonna do science, you need a lab
ユ
coat,
ニフォームだよな
right? This is kind of crazy, though. I told Daru over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. I remembered. See, I told you, I remembered. A year might pass, but I do not forget. I got the spirit of... Okay, let's just drink it. Calm down. Calm down. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything.
やはり俺の目に狂い
I
はなかっ
knew
た
you were meant for this, Christina.
お前は最高の
You're the best assistant a mad scientist could ask for. I gotta calm
褒
down.
めてくれて
This
る
is
のか
probably
もし
peeking
れ
the
んが
mic.
私にしてみれば
I
侮
don't
辱
know
され
if
てるとしか思えん
that's
ぞ。
supposed to be a compliment, but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go. She shakes off my hand and turns her back to me
その白衣はラボ
I'm
面加入記
giving
念
you
として
that lab
お前に
coat
プレゼントしよう
to commemorate you're joining the lab. Don't
気が
worry,
することはない
it's never been worn.
あるいはその白衣は元からお前に巡り合うべくして巡り合ったのかもしれんダルが着ようとしなかったのもまた必然すべてはシュタインズ
Oh, or maybe this fateful encounter between you and that lab coat was decided by destiny long ago. Daru not wearing it was just another inevitability. This is the choice of Steins. Oh,
くだらないこと言ってないで。
shut up, so we can start the
実験してみましょう。
experiment. Kurisu thrusts both hands into her lab coat pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine now placed underneath the table. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately we'll have to leave it on the floor for now.
これって
So you
電
haven't
子レン
tampered
ジの方
with
は
the
何も
microwave
いじ
at
って
all?
ないんでしょ。
I point to the X68000. There's code on the screen.
常時ターミナルモードにしてやるどんな設定にもできるのだ市販されている電子レンジよりも無茶をさせることも可能だ
It's in terminal mode now. We can change the factory settings like this. Make the microwave do things its manufacturer never intended.
放電現象が起きた時はどんな設定にしてた？
How was it set when the discharge phenomenon occurred?
特に何も出荷
Nothing
時
out
設
of the
定のも
ordinary.
のだった
It was at factory settings.
バナナもらうわよ。
I'll take a banana. The bunch of bananas only has 3 bananas left.
それは前売りのものだ
Those are Mayuri's. Well, Mayuri's
だ
not
ったら
here.
あんたに許可取らなくていい
So I
よ
don't
ね。
need your permission then.
明日新し
I'll
い
go
バ
buy
ナ
new
ナ買って
bananas
くること
tomorrow.
にして。
Kurisu takes one banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the phone wave named subject to change. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send, and the phone wave named subject to change begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings.
何も
Nothing
起きて
happened.
ない。
The banana is still in the microwave, unjellified. Ow! Kurisu yelps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. She starts blowing on her fingers.
温められてるわ。
It's hot,
レンジが普通に動作した
meaning the
という
microwave
ことか
functioned normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, Kurisu throws in a new banana and once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. But the second banana warms up too. Rule of threes? Are we going to see it? Are we going to see a repetition? We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send mail to the past.
どういうことだ
What does this mean? Third banana?
この前起きたことは
I guess what happened early wasn't an irregularity after all.
イレギュラー
Third
だろうが
banana, Kurisu.
原因を究明せねばならない。
I don't know if it's an irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the cause.
それには同意。
I agree. We agree for once. But Kurisu's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave name subject to change is, in fact, a time machine.
この前の実験
In
で
the
は
previous experiment,
ちぎられたバナナは
Ap-
電話レンジカッコ仮で120秒間を過ごした後バナナの房へとゲル化して瞬間移動したこれ
After
は120秒前の状態に戻ったと考えるべきだ
Dioma, apologies. After spending 120 seconds in the phone wave name subject to change, the banana teleported back to the bunch jellified. We should consider that it returned to its state 120 seconds before.
違う。
Wrong.
120秒前
If
の
it
状態
returned
に
to its
戻る
state
なら
120
ゲル化
seconds
はしない
before, it wouldn't be jellified. That's sort of been confusing me. But I've rolled with it. So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time.
唐揚げはゲル化せずに
think so.
冷凍状態へと戻ったのだぞ
The chicken returned to its frozen state without jellifying.
そのゲル化せずに冷凍状態へ戻ったっていうロジックも
That
怪し
logic
い。
is dubious.
冷凍されていただけでゲル化そのものは起きていた可能性については検証した？
Sure, it ended up frozen, but did you examine the possibility that it might have jellified first? Ooh. No, I didn't. I think Mayuri ate the refrozen chicken. Oh,
塩に関してはゲル化はしなかった
didn't jellify.
何も変化しなかったって
You mean nothing
定義す
changed?
べき。
この前の放電現象が発生した後徹夜で実験した結果キャベツ、大根、米、こんにゃく、メロンパン、ガルガリ君、カップ麺いずれも
Sounds
何も
delicious
起
right
きな
now.
かった
After the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, we spent all night experimenting with cabbage, radishes, rice, konjac? Konjac? I mean, I'm thinking of cognac. Melon bread, crunchy coon, and a cup of noodles. Nothing happened.
液体に関しても同様だ
The same thing with liquids.
あの日は
On that day,
放電現象の前
Our
後
sources
で
rate-
実験の成功率が180度変わっ
our
た
success rate took a 180 degree turn.
放電現象前は全て成功放電現象後は全て失敗
Before the discharge phenomenon, everything succeeded. After the discharge phenomenon, everything failed.
レンジが電気を溜め
Is the
込んでる
microwave
とか
storing electricity?
ゲル化したものはフ
You
ラク
said
タ
that
ル構造の
jellified
ようだ
objects
って
became
言ってたわよ
fractal
ね。
structured, right?
塩はもともと
Salt has a simple
単純
structure
構
by
造だ
nature.
から
Wait, does he
影響を
actually
受け
live
な
here?
いのかな。電気とどんな関係が？
Oh, interesting. Salt has a simple structure by nature, so maybe that had an effect. But how could electricity be related?
ここはタイムトラベル理論を前提に
We
考
should
えて
think
み
under
る
the assumptions of time travel theory.
ダメ。
No,
結
it's
論ありきで考えるの
not
は
good
良
to
くない
start。thinking from the conclusion.
すでにいくつも実験成功例があるのだぞ
We've
そ
already
れを否
had.
定するのか
Sorry, Hyoyin. No, I don't do that again. It's Hyoyin. Hyoyin Kyoma. Come on. Say it right, man. We've already had several successful experiments. You can't deny that.
私は別にこれがタイム
I'm
マ
not
シンじゃな
especially
くても
concerned whether this thing is a time machine or not.
そもそ
Keep
も
talking over
こ
Kurisu.
の小さな電子レンジの中
I'm
で
sorry, Kurisu.
ビッグバンに匹敵するエネルギーが発生していると定義するのは無理がある。
To begin with, it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce energy equivalent to the Big Bang. Kurisu frowns deeply.
放電現象の再現、それにフラクタル構造化の再現。
We
どちら
can't
も
reproduce the
できなくな
discharge
ってしまった
phenomenon,
理由があるはず。
nor the nor the fractalization. There should be a reason why. Let me really quickly here. Fictional, a brand of popsicle popular throughout Japan. In addition to the standard soda flavor, over 50 varieties are sold, including cola, grape, and limited promotional flavors. Win may be written on one part of the stick. A winning stick earns a free popsicle. The chances of winning are rumored to be around 2%. Just random information thrown in to the narrative. God damn it. Wait, what the hell is this? Why do I see a new thing in here? That shouldn't be possible. Oh. Never mind. Let's continue.
やり方は何も変えていない。設定も全く変えていない。実験対象も変更なし。
We
そ
haven't
れ以
changed.
外で変動する条件というと、
We haven't changed our methods. We haven't changed the settings. We haven't changed the experimental subjects either. There must be some other variable.
誰が観測するか
Maybe it's the one who observes it.
何よそれ。
What do you mean by that?
量子論だ
Quantum theory.
観測者は実験の重要な要素だ
Ooh, some philosophy involved in this. Meta science, meta. My gosh, quantum. The observer is an important element to the experiment. Schrodinger's cat. You know that whole thing? Yeah, you can look it up.
放電現象が起きた時はここには
There were
4
four of us here when the discharge phenomenon occurred last time. Sorry, Kurisu, I did it again. But before that, it occurred when Hashida-san was alone.
フラクタル構造化した実験時は2人の時や3人の時があった。
Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing. I mean, that sounds like a stretch.
私たちは2人ともどちらの現象
I
も
think
見
it's
ている。
something else. I have a hypothesis, but it hasn't come up yet. You and I each saw. I mean, it seems kind of obvious. I mean, I think it's clearly obvious. Narratively, it's pretty obvious, but we'll see when it actually triggers. Unless it already did and I've forgotten. And you all know what I'm talking about. Well, you know because you've already played the game. You're just watching me play the game. This is blind. I know nothing of this game. Please be careful with spoilers. The comments below. You and I each saw both phenomena.
つまり
In other words, the conditions haven't changed.
だとしたら
In that case, there must be some other variable indeed. It's on the tip of my tongue. Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisu's stomach. Ooh, hot bananas. don't eat the hot banana
腹が
now.
減ったのか
Hungry?
うるさい
Shut
よ。
up.
お昼から何も
Haven't
食べ
eaten
てない
anything
のに
since lunch. Kurisu turns away as she looks at her watch.
8時か。
It's already 8?
バナナを食うがいい
Just eat a
た
banana.
だし食べていいのはさっき温めた2本だぞ
There's only one of the two
実
we
験
just
で使った
warmed.
食材は美味しくいただけ
They are, after all, the fruit of our experiments.
買い置きのカップ麺があるが
You could take something from our stock of cup noodles.
いら
I'll
ない
just
か
do it. Don't want any?
やはりアメリカ生活が長いと
Well-
ファーストフードの方が好きになるものなのか
Well, since you have lived in America for so long, I guess you'd prefer fast food instead.
カップ麺。
Cup noodles.
何
What?
カップ麺。
I'll
だわ
have cup noodles.
カップ麺をか
Cup noodles?
ちなみに味は
What flavors?
醤油味と塩味があ
There's
る
soy sauce flavor and chicken flavor.
塩味。
Chicken. She seems in the mood to eat.
それと
Also,
フォーク
do you have a fork?
ある。
Hey, we finished another piece. It's past midnight. We got a time change. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Daru said he didn't want any, and ever since then, we've been examining the phone wave name subject to change. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. Oh, I need to do this now, otherwise my context is lost. An insanely skilled hacker, the wizard. Why didn't I? It's the game. The programs Daru wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. Oh, look, past midnight. Let's check the phone. I guess it would tell me. I just can't ignore it. That's all. Kurisu's been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. We got another view of the lab, look at that. It's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? I mean, she's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months and she did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. Mayuri has a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. I'm gonna try it. Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro? Ikebukuro. Is that good? Is that good? It's manga. I've been reading a lot of manga since I started playing Steins. I was also getting into manga at the time. Gotten a lot of help across multiple channels and attempts over the years. And I feel like I'm getting better. It'd be crazy if I actually tried to learn Japanese at some point. I took you on that journey. How crazy would that be? 100,000 subscribers. Daru and I frequently stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in the labs.
クリスティーナ、こんな時間までここにいていいのか？せめて家に連絡したらどうだ？
There we go. Okay, let's see. Christina, is it okay to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family.
連絡なんて必要ないから。
何？
What?
お前の親は放任主義なのか？
Do your parents let you... What? Do your parents let you do whatever you want? Kurisu turns to me and sighs.
父親とはかれこれ
I haven't seen my father in 7 years.
母親はアメリカ。
My mother's in America.
私は今はホテル
I'm
暮ら
living
し
in a hotel right now. Understand?
No.
Living in a hotel? Well, true. Renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? What?
私はアメリカ人じゃないし、東京のど真ん中にモーテルはないだろ。
I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo.
どんなホテルだ？
What sort of hotel?
どんなって
What do you mean?
お茶の
It's
水
a
にあ
normal
る普通の
hotel
ホテルよ。
in Okunomoru. Oh shit. Is it Z? Like, see? Okonomitsu? Like that? Okonomitsu? Is it, I feel like that's what that is. Or is it just Okonomitsu? I don't know.
お茶の水？
For those of you who know, let me know.
では
Okonomitsu.
ここから歩いて帰れるではないか。
I should just hear how they're saying it. And then I'd be able to pronounce it. Then you can walk there from here, can't you?
まあね。
Sure. I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand.
では、
So,
父親の件について
tell me about your father.
は？
7年会っていない。
You said you haven't seen him in 7 years.
なんであんたが私の
Why
父
do you
親
care
に
about
興
my
味持つの？
father?
お前がこれ見よがしに父親のことを口にしたのではないか。
Man,
それ
dude.
はつまり、
Dude.
父親の件について相談に乗ってください。お願いします。
Oh my god.
というメッセージだろう。
God damn this voice. You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please? Why would he do? He's such an asshole.
そんなわけあるか。
You're crazy.
よかろう。
You are
お
my
前は俺
assistant.
の助手だ。
Oh my god.
助手の悩みには乗ってやらなければな。
And I can't let my assistant have any worries.
張り切って話すがいい。
So tell me everything that's on your mind. Aw. It's his way of caring. Kurisu pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall.
どうした？
What's wrong?
あんたに話すこと
I have
なんて
nothing to
何
say
もな
to
い。
you.
そうか、わかったぞ。
Oh, I know.
お前の父親はもともとは英雄だったが
Oh no.
やがてその身を悪に染め、今や帝国の幹部として黒マスクと黒マントを身につけ広報言っているのだな。
Oh no.
そして将来的に親子で戦う目に。
Oh no. He's gonna get smacked, isn't he? Your father was a hero, but then he fell to evil. And now he wears a black mask and cape and goes, hee-ho! Right? And in the future, you two are destined to fight and... Oh, is she gonna smack him? Punch him. I think I heard Kurisu's teeth grind.
も
You're
うもしか
really
して
mad
す
at
ごく
me,
怒っているか？
aren't you?
人の家族の問題
Don't
を。
make fun. I don't think he is, though. I think he's just an idiot. Kurisu doesn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is.
そうやって茶化さないで。あんた今、私の心に土足で踏み込んだのよ。
Mhm. Of people's family issues like that, you're trampling on my heart. Could her father's situation be a landmine? Dude! Maybe I should apologize. Oh no. I tried to think of the words, but before I could say anything. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Daru's war cries echoes through the lab. Okay. You got interrupted so you don't have to act like an idiot. Did you get it?
ミッションコンプリート。
Mission complete. Why did I have... Daru shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives a thumbs up.
サーバー管理者の ID とパスを手に入れたぜ。これでもう弛緩し放題だ。ヒャッホー
I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep in as much as we want. Peep as much as we want.
IBN 5100が使
Yeah,
われ
the
ている
IBM
方のデータベ
5100
ース。
database?
そっちは独立して存在してる
That's
わけ
separate,
で
duh. The
今回は
server's
全
admins
然
and
関係ない
related.
だろ。そもそも
I mean,
そんな特殊な
it's
プ
the
ログラム
database
で組まれたデータベー
with
スじゃ
normally unreadable
アク
code.
セスできる人間だって限られるっしょ。所長クラスでもアクセスできないっぽい。
So there's a limit on who can access it. It doesn't look like even the lab director can access it.
所長クラス以上の役職など存
Their
在するの
position's higher than that?
セルン評議会
There's
ってのが
something called a CERN Executive Council. Oh, that sounds dark.
評
The
議
organization.
Hmm.
So they call it a council, huh?
いかにもって何が
What about it?
ラスボスとしてのネーミングに
It's
決
a
まってい
fitting
るだろ
name
う。
for our enemy. Of course. Of course. Kurisu looks at me coldly. Oh, I did it again. I'll be back in the game soon. Hold on. It's weird because it's in window mode, so I keep. I'm in the corner of my mouse here, so you don't have to see it like doing floaty things like this. It's behind me, but once in a while I click off the screen. I'm sorry. Why do I could just cut around it. No one has to know. No one has to know. Let's go on. Let's move on. Whatever. Let's leave the IBN 5100 database for another day.
ダル、
We're gonna search for data
タイ
on
ムトラ
time
ベル理
travel
論について
research.
オキドキ
Okie dokie.
前に調べた時 Z プログラムってのが怪しかったよ
Who said
な
Z instead of Z? That Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it?
それとゼリーマンズレポートだ。
And the Jellyman's report. Oh my god. Sorry, hold on. I thought the game's phone was going off, but my phone was going off, and when my phone goes off, my Fitbit goes off, and I thought everything was happening at the same time, and I got so confused. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Whoop. Kurisu stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has
と
disappeared.
くと見ておくがいい。
Look carefully
そしてその目
and
に
burn
焼
it
き付
into
ける。
your eyes.
セルンがしている世界への欺瞞という
The
現実を
proof
な
of。CERN's actions is deceit upon the world.
うほう見つけた
Oh yeah, baby! Found the LHC
担当
project
責任者
supervisor.
来たこれ
責任者
Supervisor.
というこ
That's a
とは
pretty important post.
か
今そいつの
Right now,
PC を
we're
覗い
peeking
てる
inside his
ぞよ
computer.
Z プログラム
Z
Z プログラ
program,
ム
Z
と
program.
Z はゼリーの略で間違いないな。
Well, these are grayed out. What does that mean again? I don't think I can click on these. These aren't words I can go into. Z obviously stands for jelly. Zaddy.
ゼリーは J よ。Jelly。
Jelly starts with. Okay.
ケアレスミス過去悪い
Careless mistake. So uncool.
つま
What
り
I meant to say
そんな単純な
is
ネ
that
ーミン
there's
グのは
no
ずがない
way
のだ。
it would have such a
それには
simple name.
重要な意味が隠されている。間違いなくダブルミーニング。
The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the logs, suddenly stops.
お来た来た
Got it! He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letterhead reads, Z Program Top Secret.
プログラム立案日は
The program began in
セ
1973.
ルンができたのは
When was CERN formed?
1954年。
1954. I asked Daru, but Kurisu answers instead, her tone flat. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off.
IBN 5100が
When
発
was
売
the
された
IBN 51 put on the market?
1975年
1975. So maybe that's why the IBN 5100 was central to CERN's operations. The years match after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid their proprietary programming language in the IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBM and CERN are co-conspirators. And both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an evil larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting.
うげ JPEG かよふざ
Huh?
けんな
JPEG.
コピペで
Come on.
きねえじゃん
I can't copy paste this. Oh. Daru mutters some complaint.
テキ
The
ストが
text
フランス
isn't
語じゃ
in
ないの。
French. What's on screen right now looks like English.
いやフランス語やらオランダ語やらドイツ語で書かれたものもあるお中身は同じみたいだけど
Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The content looks the same though.
時空の支配とそれに基づく歴史の破壊。言い換えれば過去から未来までを含む委員会による 完全なる理想郷を実現することは21世紀に向けてのセルンの存在意義となるだろう。
CERN's purpose heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia? No. What? Ruled by the committee. What? This is actually legit. Like, that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Producer suddenly starts speaking at a stilted clip.
あ、そっか。
Oh,
マキセ氏って英語できるんじゃん。
Makise she can do English.
でかした女子。
Way to go,
お前
assistant.
がアメリカに留学したのも
Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it?
そんなわけあるか。
Of course
勝
not.
手に運命感じないで。
Oh, wow. Stop assigning people's roles in your fantasy world. How dare you? Data relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurisu to sit in front of the computer. Oh my
本
gosh.
実験計
This
画
is
は
legit.
機密保持
No
のため
way.
また臨機応変な計画名の変更を
No
可
way.
能にするため Z プログラムと命名された。
In order to maintain this project secrecy and to allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we dezignated it as the Z program.
Z はすなわち
Said like the
オ
Greek
メガ
omega
であるヤーである。
or the Cyrillic ya.
その名に意味
It is forbidden to
あるいは何ら
assign-
かの情熱的な精神を
Go
込め
on,
ることを
Kurisu.
禁止する。プログラム従事者に不利益を与えることが推測されるためである。
It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek it in significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted. Should this edict be violated? Negative returns are predicted. Should this edict be violated?
Z プログラムは国家間の枠組みを超えた極秘共同プロジェクトであり、電磁波研究と同じく300人委員会から承認を受けた最優先研究事項である。
The Z program is a top secret project spanning international borders like electromagnetic wave research. It has been approved for top priority funding by the Committee of 300.
以後、セルンにおいて行われる他の研究のすべては、この Z プログラムの隠れ蓑として機能させることが決定された。
Henceforth, all other research performed by CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Kurisu's reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull. Really? You think so?
Z プログラムの具体的な内容は書かれていないのか。
Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Dado types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window.
あった。これは。
This can't be. Kurisu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen.
なんだ。
What is it?
Z プログラムでは高エネルギーの陽子衝突を用
Look
い
at
た
that. Look at that.
時空間転移実験を行う。
The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton-proton collisions. I'm aware of it. I used to follow a lot of this kind of stuff back, I don't know, 25 years ago? 20 to 25 years ago. Signing out science periodicals, pseudosciences, fringe science, space-time anomalies, UFOs and aliens, it's X-Files. Blame X-Files. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words,
タイムトラベル実験。
time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run over to the window and close it. It might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us.
まさか
Or someone.
本当だったなんて。
No way. It was true?
しかも
You're telling me
40年近く前
they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years?
俺の睨んだ通りだな。
Oh shit, here we go. And now everything just gets confirmed in
巨
his
大な
fantasy.
影が潜んでいる。
Just as I
おそらく機
suspected.
関。
A great shadow.
Oh.
God damn it.
それに準ずる組織だ。
A great shadow lurks behind CERN. Most likely the organization. Or one of its puppets. So it's gotta expand, you know?
何が機関だ。
Flexibility, man.
12秒。
What
何は
organization?
真面目に話しなさい。
you nut job? At least try to be serious some of the time.
バカを言うな。
Don't be ridiculous.
俺の言葉を常
My
に。
words are
真実を指
always
しているぞ。
grounded in truth.
つか 機関っていうより委員会じゃね？そう書いてあったし。
Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here.
300人
Facts. The committee of
セレン評
300.
議会とはまた別のものを指してると思うけど、何を指してるのかしら。
I don't think they mean CERN's executive council. What are they talking about? The Unseen Masters, a secret organization rumored to manipulate the world behind the scenes. Some believe that the many secret societies spoken of by conspiracy theorists are all merely puppets of the Committee of 300. One theory states that the Committee of 300's ultimate goal is to establish a one-world government. Am I literally playing this right now? Current year? When the exception of the elites, the world's population will be reduced to 1 billion. And that remains 1 billion will be enslaved, and will remain, and that remaining 1 billion will be enslaved.
世界はあらゆる欺瞞で満ちている。お前たちが思っているほど
The world is full of
美し
lies.
くはないのだよ。
It's not as beautiful as you think. So dramatic.
話聞けよ、オカリ。
Listen, Okari.
聞いている。
I am listening.
300人委員会こそ
The Committee of 300.
あらゆる秘密
It's
結
the
社
dark power
各国
that
政府
controls every secret
あらゆ
society,
る財閥の最上位
every government,
巨大な
every
闇だ。
multinational corporation.
また適当言って。
You're making things up again.
事実だ。
Is it truth?
嘘だと思うなら
Google it if
ネ
you
ッ
don't
トで
believe
グ
me.
グるといい。これまで人類はどれだけ繁栄しようとも時間という壁に突き当たってきた。
Until now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time.
その壁を突破することのできるタイムトラベル技術は
Indeed.
人類史を大きく塗り替えるだろう。文字通りの意味だな。
The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history. Literally.
かつての核兵器と同じく神に等しき存在になれる禁断の果実だ。それを得たいという誘惑に抗うことのできる者はいない。
As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike powers. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation.
当然ながら権力を持つ者はあらゆる手段を用いて手に入れようとするだろう。人としての倫理など神を目指す者たちにとっては抱きすべきざれ言だ。
And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality is not but a joke to those who would stand with the gods.
わかるか？クリ
Understand?
スティーナ。
Christina.
ご公説をどう思う？
Wow. That was quite a speech.
そこまでスラスラと喋れる
Since you seem
って
to
いう
know
こ
so
とは
much about it.
あんたも神を目指してるの？
Does that mean you're aiming for godhood too?
この法王院教魔が望むのはそんな神候補どもの打倒、そして
Actually,
支
you know
配
what?
構造が崩壊した後の混沌だよ。
Go somewhere with this. What Huyan Kyoma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, the collapse of their hateful system, capital S, and a glorious new age of chaos, capital C. Now, Huyan, I think this was from early comments, and also because I played Pokemon. And in Pokemon, someone explained to me that, God damn it, I forget the name of the Pokemon, but it's a phoenix. What the hell is the name of that Pokemon? God damn it. Why is this happening right now? Listen, I have trigger memory. Sometimes it happens, okay? But the point being here, Phoenix, rebirth. I'm saying? I hope I'm right. I hope that trigger memory is actually legitimate. And I was thinking, like, kind of godlike, you're cyclical, the chaos, destruction, fire, right? You gotta destroy to rebuild, all that stuff. But then there's also, like, there's other, I mean, there's subtext, you know, time, you can change things in the past. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you know, I'm not gonna go any further. We're just gonna move on from here.
法王院に聞いてるんじゃない。
I'm not asking who
私はオ
I'm
カリに
asking you
聞いている。
俺は
I am who
法王院だ。
つまり自分
In
を持
other
ってないっ
words,
てことね
you。don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant. How dare you attack my very identity, indeed.
そんなことよりマキ
Many
セ
of
シ
them.
絶
Forget
対
about
プログラ
him,
ムの続き
Maki
プ
Seishi.
リーズ
Please keep reading.
ダル
Daru!
そんなこと
What do you mean forget about me?
だ。
陰謀論は聞き飽きた。
Tired of listening to
オ
conspiracy
カリの
theories.
妄想より Z プログラムの方が気になるし。
I'm more interested in the Z program than your delusions. He's blunt. I told you they're not delusions, and they're not theories. But Daru does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as CERN.
ジョッシュ、続きを。
Continue,
頼むこと
assistant.
するときぐらい
At least show
誠意見
respect
せ
when
ろ
you're asking a favor. Jesus. Though huffing out complaints, Kurisu obediently goes back to translating.
と
Um,
プログラム第一段階
ooh, here we go.
大型
Decliner.
ハドロン衝突型
Oh,
加速機の建設および実用化
Stage 1. Construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. A device that accelerates charged particles in order to research the reactions that result when such particles collide. The type of particle accelerated also determines the name of the equipment. In recent years, most high-energy accelerators have been synchrotrons, ring types. Ring-type accelerators are very expensive to build, and they can perform the most effective experiments. The reason for the ring shape is that charged particles can be sent through an electromagnetic field to bend their trajectory through the Lorentz force. The world's largest synchrotrons, other than CERN's LHC, are located in the US, the UK, and Japan.
加速機については1959年に完成した陽子シンクロトロンからの半世紀にわたるノウハウ蓄積により一定成果を得ている。
Over the past half century, beginning with the proton synchrotron completed in 1959, particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained.
プログラム第2段階
Stage 2.
リフターの実用化
Implementation and testing of the lifter technology.
これにより2つ以上の人工的な局所場得意点の生成およびカーブラックホールの生成を可能とする。
The formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities, as well as the formation of Kerr black holes, will become possible when this stage is complete.
なおブラックホール生成についての情報を意図的に曲解させてリークしプログラム本来の目的について悟られぬようにすることが必要である。
In order to hide the program's true goal, it is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes.
プログラム第3段階
Stage 3. Animal
動物実
experimentation.
プログラム第4段階
Stage 4. Kurisu stops talking. She takes a deep breath and finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation.
人体実験
マジで？
For real? A chill runs up my spine. I admit it. Some part of me still saw this as a game. So he is self-aware, because that wasn't always clear to me. He just feels like he's mad, like a mad scientist, but like he's not a scientist, but he's potentially mad. But he's pretending to be a mad scientist, which is like an act of being the mad scientist, which means he's not actually mad. It's just an identity that he's performing like a mad scientist, like a mad scientist. Well, no, that's the part of the mad. You just have to say it once. But the thing is, he acknowledges that he does it because he wants to make things more interesting, and maybe he's just addicted to make, well, no, but because he's like, he really gets into it, like he RPs, like he LARPs the shit out of his life. If that's true, like he has to be a little bit crazy because of how much he commits to it, you know. But the fact that he can be this self-aware at this point and say, shit just got real, so maybe I shouldn't fuck around and find out so much, you know. Like maybe like if these lies actually become true, that's gonna be a terrifying reality. That would be weird too, but that's probably why he's crazy. But also I have opinions on why he might actually be a little bit crazy, but we'll see. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves have succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kurisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this?
なあオカリン、前にハッキングした時のこと覚えてるか？確か 盗み読みしたメールに書いてあったよね。
Hey, Okadine, remember when we hacked in before? I'm pretty sure that email we read said this.
実験結果エラー
Result,
ヒューマン
error,
ズデッド
human
ミ
is
スマッチ
dead.
詳細は別紙
Mismatch.
ジェリーマンズレポ
For
ートなん
details, see the
とかかん
Jellyman's
とか
report. Someone died?
それって人体実験と
Could that have something to do with
なんか関係ある
human
のかな。
experimentation? My throat goes dry. Cold sweat seeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. It could be, Okurin. Kurisu and Daru are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True, but can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy?
ダルゼリーマンズレポートを探してくれ。
Jeez. Look up the Jellyman's report.
マジっすか。
Really?
マジだ。
Well,
ただし
but first,
クリスティー
Christina,
ナお前はもう帰れ。
you should leave.
なんで今さら
Why are you suddenly
ゼリーマンズレポート
Jellyman's report?
嫌な予感がする。
It just gives me a bad feeling.
これを見たら
Once we see it,
俺たちはもう普
we
通
can
の
no
生
longer
活には
talk.
戻れ
Oh
ない。
shit. We can no longer return to our normal lives. You're just being
Oh,
dramatic
my,
again, man. You're a genius.
サイエンス誌に論文が載るほどの天才だ。
You're already published.
有望な将来を捨て
For
る必
crying
要は
out
ない。
loud. There's no need to throw away your promising future. They become targets.
心
Are
配
you
してくれ
worried
てる
about me?
当たり前だ。
Of course I am. You are my assistant after all.
俺の
助手じゃないって言って
I
ん
keep
だろ。
telling you I'm not your assistant.
気遣ってくれてどうも。
Thanks for your
でも帰ら
concern,
ないわよ。
but I'm not leaving.
この事実を世界
We
に
need to
告
expose
発し
this
ない
truth
と。
to the world.
ダメだ。
No!
それは危険すぎ
It's
る。
too dangerous.
ビビ
You're
って
just
る
being
のか
dramatic, Rentaro. You chickening out? A
俺
bit.
たちはこの陰謀
We're
を
powerless
したら
against
あ
this
まりに無力
conspiracy.
だ。
One wrong move,
下手な行動を起こ
and
せ
they'll
ば
have us
即
erased.
消される。
でもだからって
It's his pauses. You know, it's his pauses, and that's what makes like not even understanding him still be so meaningful. I know I'm talking over it sometimes because I can hear the pauses. I know when he's saying it, like I feel it. It's good enough to like be able to read in the pauses. Like now, like he's the only one I can really do it for. The other ones I have to talk over. He's positively good at it. I did it. I was able to do a pun and a dad joke with that. I struggled a little bit. My mind knew something was there. And I needed it faster. So you gotta pause. But you'll never see it. Because I cut around it. Because you can't trust anything. But still,
これは遊びではない。
this isn't a game.
冗談で言っ
I'm
てい
not
るのでも
joking
ない。
here.
分かった
Fine.
告発はやめ
I
る
won't tell anyone. Though her expression shows she still doesn't agree, she finally submits.
でも帰らないから
But I'm not leaving.
気になって眠れない
And it'll keep me awake at night.
後悔しないな。
You won't regret this?
しない
I won't. She declares firmly. I won't know if it's her competitive spirit or if it's her bravery, or if she's just ignorant to the ways of the world. But it doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down.
ダルはどうする？
What about you, Daru?
覚悟はできているか？
Prepared?
僕はスーパーハッカ
I
ー
am
だ
a
し。
super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation.
そもそも足がつくような
And with
で
my
もしない
skills.
つうか。
They'll never know we were there. That settles it. It's good that Mayori's not here. I can't get her involved. I look Daru and Kurisu in the eye.
よし。
All right, let's
始
begin.
めよ
Bam, bam, bam. Kurisu gives the seat to Daru.
う。なお、本作戦名はレーギャルンの箱とする。
Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation Layarn's Chest. In Norse mythology, the gigantic chest protected by 9 locks that contains the cursed sword Leviathan. Nice. So good.
なんで北欧
Why
神話
Norse mythology?
へえ、北欧神話
Is
な
that
の？
Norse mythology?
きっとかっこいいからじゃ
Because
ね
it's。cool, I guess.
そもそも作戦
Anyway,
ちゃう男の
What is
人
it with men and military terms?
ダル、 作戦開始
Now to begin the operation. Let's go. Bam. This long chapter, huh? He soon finds the Jellyman's report. Another time skip. Just checking real quick. I know it'll probably just tell me, but now I'm kind of panicking over. I don't want to miss anything. It required a second password authentication, which Daru broke through easily.
いい
Ready?
開くぞ
I'm opening it. Daru looks at me and Kurisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. The air. Daru wipes the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief, then timidly presses the enter key. Ba-ding. The file opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has a name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached, like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. Here we go, we're gonna get a reveal? And then I know exactly what the Jellyman in Jellyman's report means.
ジェリーマンズレポート
Oh,
10
jellification. Jellyman's report 10?
被験者ジェームス・マッカーシー31歳出身アメリカ
James McCarthy, age 31, American.
Z プログラム4実験日2005年1月28日
2005
13時
experiment.
05分
Wait a minute. Call me crazy, but that's T-Tor year. Kurisu bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out loud.
実験結果エラー
Results: error, human is dead, mismatch.
またそれかよ
That again?
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内の特異点通過に耐えられなかったと思われる
It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the Kerr black hole.
1921年4月3日
Okay.
ニューヨーク14丁目にて
Oh,
ビルの壁面に右半身が埋もれるようにして死んでいる男が発見された
an identified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Station. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall? It sounds like Kurisu is reading the newspaper article at the end.
身元不明の男の死体は
Sorry, I'm just reading ahead a little bit. The man's body
全身がブヨブヨのゼリー状になっていた
was completely jellified. Opa, we got Interpreter Rendezvous. We actually finished chapter 2, everybody! Woohoo! We're doing these longer episodes now on my return over the 1 hour mark, which would be great, but I want to be able to do longer sessions of this so that I could stay in the story longer. It was a good wrap for the chapter. It was a good moment. I was trying to think about this. Maybe did I talk about the whole narrative patterns thing and the art, just to find out where I am in the flow of things, and was kicked off when they hacked into CERN. They kind of had the hint of something going on with the time machine. They had to get the IBN. That was a bit quest-ish for the chapter 2. It was part of that, maybe the 75% mark of the chapter 2. But if you think of this as a whole, that might have just been the trigger point, the catalyst that might have taken us into an actual act 2, the journey, the adventure, the bringing the people together. We had a couple characters introduced in chapter 2 though, and it does feel like that would have been an early act 2 thing. Why is this important for me to talk about? Because when I'm experiencing narrative, especially narrative heavy, story heavy experiences, I like to analyze where I am in the plot, because then I'll be searching for certain hints and drops, red herrings, stuff that I call mirror patterns, and then it helps me sort of piece together things maybe a little bit earlier so that I can talk about them or speculate a little bit more confidently about something. Maybe I completely derail, but at least I express that to the audience along the way, and that adds a little bit of an extra layer to this experience. So I'm not just playing and reading things out loud. I can actually start to speculate along the way, as long as obviously I'm protected by spoilers in the comments below. So yeah, that's where I'm trying to find out if Act 2 was an early Act 2, then Act 4 would be the end of the game, and I don't feel like we don't have enough for me to feel like I'm already halfway through the game. That just doesn't feel right to me. I think time-wise, I actually forget how long this game was. It might actually be at about the 25% mark. I feel like we're entering an Act 2, and I'm going to find out that when we get into this Chapter 3, if I learn more about the other characters that are in the plot, like they have to come together more, and they have to start bouncing off each other, interacting with each other. We have to get into the Suzuha. We have to get into the Lukaku part of the plot. We have to get into Shining Figure Moeka. Like we have to, those pieces have to come together. Then I'll feel like I'm in an early act 2. When that shit starts to go weird, like things start to become problems, especially when we have like this, if they successfully trigger this thing again and it creates like a problem, that would be the midway point for me. And that's where I'm maybe gonna enter act 3 trying to see if that's what happens. Like, are we gonna get to a point where like there's that we have a success but something's actually gone horribly wrong? That's the moment I'm waiting for, and then I'll be able to investigate, like I'll be able to speculate on what I think the last half of the experience is going to be, or the late act 2 and then act 3. I'll be able to speculate a bit more confidently, not correctly, confidently, and then I'll share that with you along the way. So that's the intermission part of this longer episode. Let's go. The ticking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. It's past 2 a.m. The window is closed and the lab is silent before the humming of the computer. We stare at the gruesome image displayed on the monitor, speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. I half expect guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to a secret military prison. Better make sure the door's locked. This would be a bit of that moment of like the catalyst of the quest, and now realizing that you've like they literally said, like, are we going to proceed? And then that, yes, let's proceed, enter. That was like the act 1 to act 2 transition for me, like very, very distinctly. Like I would mark that, and then we'll go from here. The quest in narrative is generally tied to either the protagonist actively deciding to proceed with the mission or the quest, whatever the quest is interpreted as, right, to move forward, to go on that journey, or they are pushed into it, like they have no choice but to be in the quest. Like there's no one else who can do this. Like there's like the whole destiny piece starts to come into play, and I feel like that's also what we got here, right? This is a circumstance of fate, intertwined fates that have brought these people together at this time to kind of get to this point where they have no choice but to proceed and to investigate the secrecy behind CERN and whatnot. And now, does it actually legitimately lead to darker, like CERN knowing that they hacked them and things are going to derail in that way, or is it just going to be of their own making? I'm going to guess it's like, I think they're going, I mean, the whole chaos idea keeps coming up in here, and I feel like that's going to be a big play here. Also, the way that this started with the death of Kurisu, like obviously something's already in motion. We just don't have the context of understanding how and why Rintaro is already mixed up in something. Like something's already in motion is what I'm saying. And I think he's already inside whatever it's string theory, however you want to talk about what might be happening here, or in his brain. It might be like a more of a mental, like an intangible string theory entanglement is what I think is going on with Rintaro's brain. Identities is a big thing that comes up. I've said a lot, please. I'm saying this not to encourage, like don't confirm or deny, because I don't want to get spoiled with the confirmations or denies of my speculations, but just so you know where my headspace is at as I proceed, that's where we're at.